We look forward to unveiling Optimus V3, probably in Q1. I think it'll be ready to show off. That I think is going to be quite remarkable. It won't even seem like a robot. It'll seem like a person in a robot suit, which is kind of how we started off with Optimus. But it'll seem so real that you'll need to poke it, I think, to believe that it's actually a robot.
For most of human history, we have believed something very simple and very comforting. No machine could ever truly match us. Not our intelligence, not our dexterity, not our intuition, especially not our hands. We look at robots today and still see awkward movements, stiff joints, and exaggerated steps that feel more cartoon than human. They walk like they are wearing padding. They move like they are constantly afraid of falling. And deep down, most people still believe that no matter how advanced technology becomes, nothing will ever surpass the human body and mind working together. That belief is exactly why the idea of humanoid robots makes so many people uneasy. Not because they are dangerous, but because they feel implausible, unreal. We imagine factory arms bolted to the floor, not a machine calmly standing in a kitchen, opening a refrigerator, and handing you a cold drink without spilling a drop. We imagine science fiction villains, not quiet helpers folding laundry while you read the morning news. Yet while the world laughs, doubts, and dismisses the concept, Elon Musk has been doing something very different. He has been spending billions, not on concept art, not on flashy demonstrations, but on one of the most difficult engineering challenges humanity has ever attempted: building a general-purpose humanoid robot that can see, think, learn, balance, and manipulate the physical world with the same confidence as a human being. This is not about replacing people, at least not in the way most headlines frame it. This is about whether a machine can finally cross the last great barrier in robotics: the ability to perform ordinary tasks in ordinary environments: cooking a meal, cleaning a room, carrying groceries, helping the elderly, assisting in hospitals, doing the quiet, repetitive work that slowly wears people down over decades. And that brings us to Tesla Optimus Gen 3. While much of the public conversation is still focused on electric cars, batteries, and autonomy, Tesla has quietly been building something far more disruptive: a humanoid robot designed not for factories alone, but for homes, hospitals, and everyday life. A robot that does not live behind safety cages or require specialized environments. A robot meant to live among us. At first, the idea sounds absurd. A household robot that cooks, cleans, opens the fridge, and even grabs you a drink. It sounds like something promised every decade and never delivered. And to be fair, skepticism is justified. Robotics history is filled with bold promises and quiet failures. But something has changed. Tesla is not approaching this problem like a traditional robotics company. It is applying the same philosophy that reshaped electric vehicles, manufacturing, and artificial intelligence: vertical integration, real-world data, rapid iteration, and above all, a relentless focus on cost, scale, and practicality. Optimus is not being built as a novelty. It is being built as a product. Elon Musk has stated repeatedly that humanoid robots will eventually replace most forms of physical labor, not in a dramatic overnight collapse, but in a gradual shift where working becomes optional rather than mandatory. Much like growing your own vegetables instead of buying them at a store. You can do it, but you no longer have to. That statement alone unsettles many people. The idea that a machine could outperform a human in surgery, caregiving, or manufacturing feels like a threat to identity itself. But Musk is not talking about distant centuries. He is talking about years. According to Tesla, Optimus Gen 3 is scheduled to debut in the first quarter of next year. This version is expected to represent the first truly practical humanoid robot Tesla has built, one capable of thousands of useful tasks, one that moves naturally, one that can operate safely around people without constant supervision. And perhaps most importantly, one that is affordable enough to matter. Early projections place the price of Optimus Gen 3 around the cost of a modest car, not a laboratory prototype, not a government-funded experiment, a consumer product. And even more surprising, Tesla has already confirmed plans to mass-produce future generations, with Optimus Gen 4 and Gen 5 already in development. This tells us something critical. Gen 3 is not the end goal, it is the beginning. If Gen 3 can perform thousands of tasks reliably, then Gen 5 could potentially double that number with accuracy approaching that of a trained human. Not just household chores, but professional assistants in hospitals, factories, and service industries. One of the most controversial ideas Musk has floated is surgical assistance. Not full autonomous surgery at first, but precision support tasks, holding instruments, monitoring vital signs, managing bleeding, responding instantly to complications faster than human reflexes allow. That idea alone raises difficult questions. Can we trust a machine with life and death decisions? Can artificial intelligence truly understand context, risk, and responsibility? These are not technical questions alone. They are philosophical ones. But Tesla is approaching this cautiously. Optimus is being trained first on the most mundane tasks imaginable: folding clothes, sorting objects, carrying items, cleaning surfaces. Because if a robot cannot safely perform simple household tasks, it has no business entering an operating room. This is where Optimus differs from every humanoid robot before it. Most robotics companies focus on mobility, running, jumping, dancing. And while those demonstrations are impressive, they avoid the hardest problem in robotics: fine motor control. The human hand is one of the most complex structures in biology. With dozens of joints, tendons, muscles, and sensory feedback loops, it can perform both immense strength and delicate precision, from lifting heavy cookware to threading a needle. Replicating that capability in a machine is widely considered one of the hardest mechanical challenges ever attempted. Elon Musk has openly admitted this. He has said that the hands and forearms are the most difficult and expensive part of Optimus by far. In fact, he estimates that hand technology alone could account for more than half of the total cost of the robot. Think about that for a moment. A humanoid robot where the majority of its value is in its hands. Tesla is attempting to replicate not just movement but biomechanics. Each finger must move independently. Each joint must apply just the right amount of force. Too much pressure and an object breaks. Too little and it slips. That balance must be achieved instantly, without conscious thought. To do this, Tesla has packed dozens of miniature actuators into each hand, allowing for over 20 degrees of freedom. This means the robot can adjust grip strength, finger placement, and wrist movement dynamically, just like a human does without thinking. This is why Optimus can hold an egg without cracking it, why it can slice food without crushing it, why it can perform tasks that most robots simply cannot. And the hands are only part of the story. Optimus does not learn the way traditional robots do. It is not programmed line by line. It does not rely on rigid scripts. Instead, it learns the way humans do, through observation, simulation, and repetition. Tesla uses a simulation to real-world training method. Optimus can watch videos of humans performing tasks: cooking, cleaning, organizing. It then practices those tasks in a virtual environment, making mistakes, correcting them, and refining its movements until performance reaches near human levels. This process runs continuously. According to Tesla, Optimus trains for many hours every day, learning new tasks, improving efficiency, refining motion. It does not forget what it learns. Each improvement compounds over time. This is the same approach Tesla used to train its autonomous driving systems. Billions of miles of data, real-world scenarios, continuous learning. The result is a robot that does not simply follow commands. It understands intent. Optimus can interpret voice commands, gestures, and even body language. A glance toward a pile of dishes, a point toward a cluttered table. It recognizes what needs to be done and takes action without micromanagement. This ability to read non-verbal cues is what makes interaction with Optimus feel natural rather than mechanical. You are not programming a machine. You are communicating with a helper. Behind this capability is Tesla's next-generation cognitive system, a neural architecture designed to process visual data, spatial awareness, and contextual reasoning in real time. Optimus builds three-dimensional maps of its environment as it moves. It remembers where objects are. It recognizes obstacles. It adapts instantly to changes. Every home is different. Narrow hallways, uneven floors, pets, children, clutter. Optimus is designed to navigate all of it safely. It can distinguish between furniture and living beings, between a power cord and a toy, between a sleeping dog and an object on the floor. This situational awareness is critical. It is what separates a novelty robot from a trusted presence in daily life. And this is where Optimus begins to change the conversation about labor. Elon Musk has stated that Optimus could operate continuously, day and night, without rest, without fatigue. It does not need food. It does not require benefits. It does not call in sick. For businesses, this is transformative. Imagine a small restaurant, one robot assisting in food preparation, another cleaning, another handling basic service tasks. The upfront cost may seem high, but the return on investment could come quickly. Once the robot pays for itself, everything after that is value creation. This is why some analysts believe humanoid robots could become income-generating assets rather than expenses. Owners could lease them, rent them, deploy them during idle hours, similar to how Tesla envisions autonomous vehicles earning money while their owners sleep. In healthcare, the implications are even more significant. Aging populations, labor shortages, burnout among caregivers. Optimus could assist with lifting patients, monitoring vitals, delivering supplies, and alerting staff to emergencies, not replacing nurses but supporting them. In hospitals where staffing shortages are critical, even a small number of robots could dramatically improve care quality and efficiency. Security is another area where Optimus could have immediate impact. Unlike fixed cameras, a humanoid robot can patrol, observe, interact, respond. It can recognize faces, detect anomalies, record incidents. For businesses, this turns security from a recurring expense into a long-term investment. In factories, Optimus is already demonstrating its value. Tesla has shown the robot identifying parts, picking them up, and placing them precisely where they need to go. This requires coordination between vision, spatial mapping, and fine motor control. Unlike traditional industrial robots that are bolted to the floor, Optimus is mobile. It can move across a workspace, adapt to new tasks, learn new workflows. This flexibility is what makes it truly revolutionary. As humanoid robots become affordable, ownership of labor itself could change. People may one day own robots the way they own cars or rental properties, machines that work, earn, and generate value. This raises important questions. What happens to people whose jobs are displaced? How do societies adapt? How do we ensure dignity and opportunity remain central? Tesla does not pretend to have all the answers, but what is clear is that Optimus is not a toy. It is not a gimmick. It is a serious attempt to redefine the relationship between humans and machines. There will be skepticism. There will be fear. There will be setbacks. But if Optimus Gen 3 delivers even a portion of what Tesla is projecting, we are witnessing the beginning of one of the most profound technological shifts of our lifetime. Not a science fiction fantasy, not a distant dream, but a practical tool designed to quietly change everyday life. And that is what makes it so powerful. If robots take over the hardest and most repetitive labor, what should humans focus on next? Creativity, relationships, purpose. That conversation is just beginning. Let us know what you think. Do you see Optimus as a helper, a threat, or something in between? Share your thoughts in the comments. If you found this breakdown valuable, make sure to like the video, subscribe to Teslaris, and turn on notifications so you do not miss our next deep dive. We are working toward our 1,000 subscriber milestone, and your support truly matters. Thank you for watching. We will see you in the next Teslaris story.